to page 6 of the 6th grade post-course cumulative review for grade 6 advance. We're working on this. This is, oh, no, shoot. I forgot to calibrate. Maybe you can, pen allow. Sorry, calibration. You can watch me calibrate my screen. Boom. All right, that was quick. So we are going to make a box and whisker plot for the data set. First thing that we need to realize is we need to put our data in numerical order. So we have 23, and this is how I keep track of the numbers in numerical order. So I just underline them so I can still see the numbers and not lose the values. That's 29. We got 30 and 30, 30, 30, 33. We have 35. We have 37. And then we have 39. So this is a nice, efficient way. We count out the data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we have to find the median, the middle number. So outside 1, 2, 3, 4, and 30 is going to be our Q2 or our median. And now we take this set of numbers and we're going to find the middle of these two numbers. So we add them together and divide by 2. And that is going to be 6, 8, 27 is going to be Q1, right? That's 14, yep. And then we're going to take these 4 numbers and we're going to find the middle between these two, and that is 36 is going to be our Q3. And now we can do our box and whisker. So it goes on a number line. First of all, let's draw a number line here. And the number line looks like this. Our tail is going to be 23, our lowest value. So we get something like this: 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. And we can, beauty of technology is we can stretch that. So those are our numbers. This is 32. This is going to be, oh, not 32, 23, excuse me, dyslexia. 23 and 39. And those are going to be the ends of our tail. So we have a dot there, we have a dot there. And now we have a box. I guess that would be our whisker. And our box is going to go from our Q1 to Q3. So 27, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All the way, 7, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So there is the box. And now we create the whisker. Let's center that. Let's raise that a little bit. And then we're going to go and we're going to do our line out to our point, to our high, our min and max. And then the last line that we're going to put, let's just make those better looking. Our last line is going to be our median, which is 30. So we're going to draw a line, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So our Q2, let's make sure it's, ooh, that wasn't very square. Boom. All right, there is our box and whisker. That's going to be 30. This is going to be 27, and this is going to be 36. So those are the important values. This is our min, this is our Q1, Q2, Q3, and our max. Nice. I like that. That looks pretty good. Okay, so that's how you do a box and whisker. Find the sum, write your answer in simplest form. So first of all, we have to make sure that we have like denominators. And when we have like denominators, we can combine their numerators. This negative is going to go to the 5, so it's negative 5 plus 5, which equals 0 over 4, which equals 0. You must simplify. You cannot leave this as 0 over 4. Must simplify. All fractions always have to be simplified. And when you have a 0 in the numerator, you must simplify that to 0. So this negative, very important, that negative is really just telling us a direction. You have negative 5/4 plus 5/4. They're opposites. They create 0. You have decimals. We have a negative 2.7 plus a negative 7.5. We are adding negatives, so you're going to get a bigger negative. I don't know if I want to keep writing in red. I don't know why I keep writing in red. So that is going to give me a bigger negative, 7, 8, 9, 10.2. And how did you do that? It's 2.7 and 7.5 because the signs are the same. So we combine and keep the sign. So we're going to combine those, bring down the decimal point, and it becomes negative 10.2. The table shows the change in water level in centimeters of a reservoir for 3 months. Find the total change in the water level for the 3-month period. Find the total change for, got it. It goes 1 1/3. So it's going to go, and we can look at this visually, negative 1 1/3. Here's 0 to 21/80. 21/80. So we have that 1/3, this distance, and then this distance. So we're really just adding these two distances. When we want the total change, we don't care about the direction. We just care about the distance. So we're going to find this distance between the two. So that is adding 1/3 and 21/80. You can't simplify that. That's going to be 4/3 plus 21/80. And now we have to find a common denominator, which is going to be 240 is an easy one. That's 80 times 3. So that's going to be 80 times 4, which is 320, and then 63. So how did I do that? I found 4/3 is equivalent to how much? 2/40. So I know that I'm multiplying by 80. So I have to multiply the numerator by 80. That's how I got my 320. And then when I wanted to convert 21/80 to 240, I knew that I was multiplying by 3. So I multiply that by 3 and get 63. So that's how I got those common. And that sum is going to be 383 over 240. I'm not going to simplify it just yet because I still got one more distance. And then, so I just went from here to here. Now I got to go back to negative 11/80. So that's going to be somewhere here, negative 11/80. So I'm here, and I got to find this distance. So that is, that's a lot, right? There's two distances there. There's 21/80, and then there's 11/80. So that is technically 32/80. So I also have to add 32/80, which could have been reduced, but I need to get to 240. That common denominator would benefit me. So let's find 32/80. Still has a common denominator of 240. We're going to multiply by 3, and we get 96. So we're going to add 96 to 383 2/40 plus 96 2/40. That's 9, 8, 9, 16, 17, 479 over 240. All right, let's see. That's 20. Hi-ya. What is that going to simplify to? What number is this? 69, 69. Okay. Well, that's a weird number. 479. If I did it correct, let's see that. That's interesting in its own right that I hopefully did it correctly. So let's do this. That's 280. Oh, wow, that's 480. Yeah. So that's actually going to be 1 and 239 240ths. Yeah, that's not reducing. Well, let's check and see if I made a mistake here. Negative 1/3 to 21/80 to negative 11/80. What is the total change in the water? Oh, the total. No, yeah, the total change. It went up, it went down. Total change for the level of the 3-month period. Yeah, I kind of think that I'm doing it right. I don't know what I maybe made a mistake on. 24th. It's got into 24th. Unfortunately, the answer is negative. Oh, where does it end up? No. Table shows the change in water level in centimeters of a reservoir for 3 months. Find the total change in the water level. Oh, I forgot one more. No, that wouldn't make sense either. How can you end up with a total change of negative? I don't know this question. How am I like my answer. And I forgot the initial change. That's why. That's the only thing I forgot. I forgot this. I should have probably done that one too. Oh, no, I didn't. Yeah, I did that change. Initial change, then the next change, and then so you have 0 to 1, 1 to 2, and then 2 to 3. So technically, there's my first change. Goes down. Then it goes all the way up, and then it comes all the way down. So I'm not certain what silly mistake Mr. Mac made. The total change in the water level for the 3-month period. After 1 month, it changed 1 1/3. Then it changed that much, and then it changed that much. So I don't know what and I think I did good math here. 3 times 8, 24. That's 63. That's correct. That's 96. That's correct. So 320 plus 63 plus 96. That's 9. Yeah. That's maybe that's where I made a mistake. Maybe that's not. So that's 9, 6, and 2. That's 8 and 6, 17. No, that's correct. 479 is correct over 240. But I don't even know how you can't get a negative change, can you? Mr. Mac's struggling with this one. Maybe I'm misinterpreting the question. I mean, we're not going to take the change from here to here, from 0 to there. That doesn't make sense. I mean, are we minusing 1/3 from the distance between this and this? No, that's going to be less than, that's going to be How can it be negative? Can't have a negative change. Well, here we go. Mr. Mack was stumped with that, but at least you saw the question is trying to have you work with unlike denominators, or maybe not, because look how simple this problem is. Okay, same denominators. We have -4 minus 7. So -4 minus 7 over 3 gives us -11 thirds. And I like that answer. You can leave it as an improper fraction. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing improper about an improper fraction. So when we minus a negative, we're going to change the double signs. Mr. Mack does not like double signs. Two negatives, when next to each other with no numbers in between, means multiplication. Negative times a negative is a positive. And now we're going to add these, and we're going to line them up. We can add that 0, that's 9, that's 8, and that's 11. So we get 11.89, 71. All these other ones are kind of easy, so clearly I am overthinking problem 69. At 1 p.m., the total snowfall is 3 centimeters. At 4 p.m., the total snowfall is 8 centimeters. What is the mean hourly snowfall? At 1 p.m., hourly snowfall, is this, what time are we starting? 1 p.m. the total snowfall. So I'm assuming it's 3 hours, and the difference is going to be 5 centimeters. So the average is going to be 1 2/3 centimeters per hour. Would that be the mean snowfall at 72? Yeah. Yep. 1 2/3 centimeters per hour, or 5/3. 5/3 centimeters per hour, per 1 hour. There we go. Right. 19 over 2 as a decimal. So there's a couple ways we can do this. We can divide 2 into 19, put our decimal point. 2 goes into 1, does not, goes into 19 9 times. 9 times 2 is 18. Subtract, add a 0, bring it down. You got 5. So as a decimal, that is going to be 9.5 for 73. That's the easiest, most efficient. All right, so here, this is actually multiplication. A lot of students struggle with this. So we are multiplying, and we're going to deal with the numbers separate to the signs. The signs we can do without even anything. A negative times a negative is going to equal a positive. And then we multiply. We don't need common denominators. We're going to multiply numerators. First of all, we're going to see, can we cross cancel? No. So 3 times 3 is 9. 8 times 5 is 40. And I know that is my answer because I wasn't able to cross cancel. I will not be able to reduce this any further. So I know that answer is already reduced. Here we have decimals multiplying. We're going to multiply the numbers first, and then we can multiply the signs. So we have 6.3 times 7.2. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. We're going to move the place value. 7 times 3 is 21. 6 times 7 is 42, plus 2 is 44. We get 6, 3, 5, 4. And now we have 1 decimal place, 2 decimal places. So we're going to start here. We start to the most right, move it 2 places, put that decimal point in there, and we get a positive times a negative is a negative 45.36. And that is our easy answer. Just making sure. Perfect. Let's look at this quotient. So there is no division of fractions. We have to, so what Mrs. Poole says is keep You keep the first fraction. You change from division to multiplication. You flip the fraction on the right. So we're going to keep 2/3. We're going to change division to multiplication, and we're going to flip, aka take the reciprocal of the right fraction. Now, can we cross cancel? Yes, we can. 2 goes into 2, and 2 goes into 6. And now we're going to multiply across. 1 times 7 is 7. 3 times 3 is 9. And now we have a positive times a negative, which equals negative. Negative 7/9. We know our fraction is reduced to its lowest terms because we cross-canceled everything. Oh, division. Okay. Don't worry about the signs. We're going to do the numbers first, and then we will do the signs. So don't worry about the negative here. We have 2.5 going into 6.7. So we have, we're going to move that decimal point. The number outside has to be a whole number. And so we move that decimal point one place to the right. We need to move the other decimal point 1 point. And it's there now, so we'll put that there. 25 goes into 67 2 times. That's 50. That leaves me with 17. We'll add a 0. 25 goes into 170. That's going to be 6 times. 6 quarters in my pocket makes $1.50. And then you have 20, and you're going to add another 0. And 25 goes in 8 times. If I had 8 quarters in my pocket, I'd have $2. So I get 2.68. And now I'm going to do the signs. A negative divided by a positive is a negative. So my final answer is negative 2.68. Ooh, I love this. So this says negative 9/5. This is pretty advanced for 6th grade. 1/5 plus 1. So we need to understand this. This is what we call a vinculum. So a vinculum means that we have to simplify the numerator and the denominator first. So this is already simplified, but we need to simplify this before doing the division. So we have negative 9/5. That's going to stay that way. And then we have 1/5 plus 1. Well, 1/5 plus 1. So we need a common denominator. How many fifths are equal to 1? 5/5. So that equals 6/5. So divided by 6/5. Now, a lot of students get confused with that. So we're going to convert this division into a more traditional division sign. And once we see this, we know that we're going to keep, change, and flip. So we're going to keep the negative 9/5. We're going to change the division to multiplication, and we're going to flip the right fraction. We can cross cancel. 5s are going to cancel. 3 goes into both of those. 3 goes into 6 2 times. 3 goes into negative 9 negative 5 times. And these are 1s because 5 goes into 5 once, 5 goes into 5 once. And we get negative 3 over 2. And that is our answer. Pretty neat. Not that hard. You understand? That's very intimidating, but it's really not that hard. An online retailer allows customers to rate items. An item receives scores of 2.75, negative 4.75, negative 1, 2.25, negative 4, 0.25, 4.75, and 2. Find the mean score. Find the mean score. Okay. So we have, I'm going to add up all the positive numbers. And then I'm going to add up all the negative numbers, and then I'll add those two together. So my positive numbers are 2.75, 2.25, 0.25, and 4.75. If I add those up, that's 20, that's 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, so 10. So all the positive numbers add up to 10. Then I have negative 4.75, negative 1, negative 4, and negative 2.25. So if we add those up, that's 10, that's 7, that's 10 also, that's 8, 10, 12, so that's negative 12. So my sum between those two is going to be a negative 2 divided by how many numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my mean is negative 1/4, or negative 0.25 would be the mean for number 79. And that is correct. Nice way of keeping it easy. Simplify. Okay, so we have variables and we have constants. So the two variables, like terms, they have the same variable to the same exponent. So we have 5/6 x minus 1/2 x. And then the other like terms are the constants. Negative 11 minus 11. That's an easy one to do. Here we have to, when we add like terms, we're going to combine their coefficients. So we're combining 5/6 and 1/2. So we have to convert it to sixths. That's negative 3/6. So that gives us 2/6x, or 1/3 x. So if I simplify it, I get negative 1/3 x minus 22 would be. I can't add these. These are unlike terms. This is a variable. This is a constant. So if we combine those like terms, we get that answer. 1/3 x. Positive 1/3, Mr. Mac. I don't know why I got that negative. That's positive. Minus 22. Better. Made a mistake. But we came to the end. So, going back to this crazy one. Not that crazy one. This one. So, I don't know. You can let me know if you understand what they're asking. I'm assuming that if we're at 0, and then we go down 1 1/3, and then we go up to 21/80, and then we go down to negative 11/80, I'm assuming that's what we do. We're finding, starting at 0, we go down, up, down. Maybe they just want us to add all three of those. Yeah, but I think that's what I did. Don't know, kids. Don't know what. Well, let's try that. Let's try that. We'll duplicate this. I know. I'm just thinking about it. It's kind of piquing my. I don't like not knowing. So let's do that. Let's do negative 1 1/3 plus 21/80 minus 11/80. So that's going to give us positive 10/80. If we just combine these, we don't have to, that's 10. 21 minus 11 is 10/80. And let's change this to 80ths. What was that? 3,200 over 240 plus 10, so 320 2/40. Let's make this 2/40. So 30, that's times 3, so times 3, and we get negative 280 over 240. Divide by 10 over 10 is negative 28/24. Reduce it by 2 is negative 14/12, which equals negative 7/6, which equals negative 1 1/6. Was that the answer? How funny if that was the answer. No, it's negative 1 5/24. Well, we're kind of closer. So did I make a mistake here? 21/80, negative 11/80. That's correct. Subtracting I don't know. Who knows? That's enough time on that. Sometimes we get problems that confuse us. That's just the nature of math. Good luck.